we going?
Yeah.
Okay, it's
How does
recording.
it feel,
It's
James?
recording now.
Yeah, I bet it is. Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Hi.
Hey.
It's another episode.
Oh, James and Jess's half hour.
Oh my god! It's 32. Can you believe it, people? You loyal followers, you.
Yeah, it's really
I'm
good.
sorry, James. I'm making a lot of noise. I'm old.
Yeah.
This is old people's advice this week.
Yeah, it is. So let's start off with your story, Jess. What's the best advice you ever received?
Oh, so don't ask me how I am.
Oh,
Don't ask me how's my health. Do I have COVID? Nothing.
do you have COVID?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I was sniffing before.
Yeah.
I'd be worried if I was you.
I was a little bit worried.
Oh, thanks, James.
Yeah,
But I'm
about
all
me.
good. Oh, God, of course. But yes, I'm doing just fine.
Mm.
It's another Friday, and it's sunny here in Melbourne.
It's
so
warm.
It's warm. It's like a usual Christmas, New Year sort
And
of a
you're
feel.
rugged up.
Because I'm trying to be an old person. So this episode is on YouTube as well, and I'm dressed up as an old person.
Yeah.
I've got a woolly cardigan on.
Yeah.
What do you have?
I have shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. Pretty
Nice,
much.
James. Got a bevy in your hands. Oh, blood orange. Trust.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have guessed you drinking that.
You wouldn't have.
No.
Shock.
Absolute shocker.
Shock factor.
How was your week, James?
My week was my week was okay. I had the whole week off because my work has no work for me.
Absolutely no work for you.
Yeah, they're
Oh.
just not busy.
Did they have
They
COVID?
like have the week off.
Oh, okay. Not bad.
Yeah.
Living the dream.
Yeah.
Drinking that blood orange.
Yeah.
Good, James.
This is what dreams are made of. Blood oranges.
I love it. Nah, you
Yeah.
couldn't have picked like a better week, like, well, your business, that is, because it's nice and sunny.
Yeah.
You washed your car?
I did. I finished my song.
You did.
Um
It's going to be a banger, people. #1 in Australia's top 40, is it?
yeah, totally.
Yeah, exactly. I believe in you.
Thanks, Jess.
And with my promotion, you're going to get there. We're
Thanks.
going to go to Flinders Street in
Yeah.
Melbourne. Going to hand out pamphlets. You're going to do a little dance for the people.
Yeah.
Show what Australia's all about, all
Yeah.
right? Because they haven't
Australia's
learned
got
enough.
talent.
Yeah, Australia's got talent. I'll be like with the signs going 1, 10. It's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
We'd actually make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
It'd be like FYI, James and Jess's half hour podcast.
yeah, we went and got McDonald's.
Yeah, I feel like shit now. I can feel it now. And I was just like, I'm just getting a large chips.
Yeah,
What happened, James?
it was so bad.
I didn't even know what that chick was saying.
Never.
So the checkout chick, because I had, when you download the Macca's app, sometimes you have promotions of different things.
Yeah, you love a coupon, don't
I
you?
love a bloody coupon. It's what old people do.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, I want my $1.50 up.
Yeah, my mum does that, but you don't get that in the leader. My
No.
mum loves reading the
Yeah.
leader, like the...
Cutting out the coupons,
Yeah.
being like, we're going here for lunch, we're going here for dinner, going here for breakfast. We can save this much money.
Exactly, and put it towards the mortgage
Yeah.
and the children's tuition. Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
no.
true. I'm sorry, it's Disney Plus.
Oh, Disney Plus.
It was just an email that I received. I'm sorry.
Just, what, have you watched anything on Disney Plus recently?
No, I'm trying to do the Mandalorian thing, but I'm full on.
it's
Still
so
into.
good.
I'm still into Bridgerton though.
Oh, Bridgerton. I've only started.
You
Remember I
need
fell
to keep
asleep?
watching it. It gets so
I
good.
was just so tired.
It's #1 in Australia for a long time. There's a
Okay.
reason why that shit
Okay,
happens.
I'll give it a go.
That sweet ass.
The guy.
No, we can't tell what it is.
Okay.
The alien.
Classic.
Yeah. So you tell me, have you ever, like, walking down the street, like washing your car, meeting people on the road, have you ever gotten like a useless piece of advice where it hasn't been useless, that you're like, oh, I can actually apply that to my life.
Like a random person giving me a piece of advice.
Yeah, like a random, an old person. We'll stick with old. That's our theme. Like 85 and above. Go.
Well, my nana gave me a piece of advice.
Oh, what did she say?
She was...
In your moment of doubt? In your moment of need when Nana, like I've been let go from my job.
No.
It was like a year ago?
No.
No, a week ago?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is from years ago. It was actually like a... just basically talking about like blessings and just saying how, you know, your education is a blessing. Your family is a blessing. You've got so many things in your life, food, shelter, and it's more than what other people have. And I just remember her saying that, and I was just kind of like, it's true. So often you kind of think about, you know, oh, poor me, like this kind of thing. It's like, yeah, well, maybe I don't have work this week. But, you know, I do have a place. Shorts. Yeah, I have a place to lay my head. I've got some food. I've got some savings. It's not the end of the world.
Because your mind can really race, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got family and I've got that support.
Yes.
So I remember, I just remember that, and I was just remember thinking, it's true. Wise words.
So true. Like, I think, not like they have all the time in the world to, you know, tell you this story and that story, but when they keep it like succinct, keep it right down to the point, it's actually quite simple. I remember this one time. Yeah. That's my segue, I guess. Yeah. Basically, I was getting my nails done in Kringle because I was going through can you please paint my nails sort of a phase, like some prissy little, but no, I'd still do it. But these are my real nails. Yeah. Unrelated. I went to get my nails done at Kringle. Yeah. And I remember the day I was feeling like pretty low over something I don't even know what I was low about. But I walked in and I'm like, I want this color. And she's like, sure. Do you want to get your feet done too? I'm like, sure. Yeah. And I don't like people touching my feet, but for that day.
You're just like, sure.
Manicure?
Yeah. Oh, pedicure.
Pedicure.
Manicure's hands.
Oh, okay. Still don't know, and I've been.
Yeah. I've never had it either.
I don't like it because they get the chisel and away they go as well, and you're just like, and you're seeing all your dead. Anyways. Yeah. An old lady. Yeah, not old. Maybe she was in her 70s.
70, yeah.
White hair, the whole package.
Yeah.
$100 bills in a wallet.
Ooh.
None of that tap and go business.
I pay with cash.
Yeah, I'm a pensioner.
$100 pensioner. Yeah.
Yeah, and she sat next to me and she was like, "Oh, lovely. Oh, you look so nice." I'm like, "Not what, my feet or my face?" And she's just like, "No, you seem like a really nice girl. Like, how old are you?" And I was like, 26. Yeah. At the time, she goes, "Oh, I like that age." Oh, and then she started like daydreaming out, and then she came back into like the present zone. Yeah. And she was just like, you know how I met my man? And I kind of know with you haven't met your man yet. And I was just like, oh, okay, tell me. Yeah. And she goes, nah, he was on the dance floor and he was looking at all these other chicks. And I was like, nah, he needs to be with me. And so she went up to him. She's like, my dance card is not full. Because they had dance cards. But she didn't have a pen. And she goes, well, if you have a pen in your hand and I have an empty dance card, you can take me for a round. And so she legit told me that I'm sitting there with my feet getting chiseled, going, what's happening right now?
You need a dance card, Jess.
I know,
I think that's
really.
it. You just go out to someone.
Where do I, Frankston?
No,
all the hobos will take.
I think you just go out in the city to like a nightclub.
Do you have a light?
Go up to a stranger and just be like, my dance card is empty.
What a line.
Spot. I think you should write your name here.
Yeah.
And then there you
go.
But
if you don't have a pen,
ever after.
You can write it on my heart.
Oh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyways, so she goes. So he was like, all right. So he took her around. Yeah. And he was just like, oh my gosh, I want you to marry me.
Wow.
Yeah.
On the first night.
Yeah.
That's a red flag.
But she was just like, at the time, she's like, oh, not really. She just the war. And she was a nurse. It was like a full-on, like, The Notebook sort of situation.
Okay, yeah.
But no, and then she was just like, yeah, I could give it a go. Like, it wouldn't hurt. Like, my mum had a problem with it, but I didn't. So she went out with him. She goes, no, we'll go on the dates and do it properly. And if it's meant to be, it will be. And she was just like, there was something about him from across the room that I just knew. She goes, when you know, but you have to grab it with both hands. That's the piece of advice I got. She goes, how old are you? 26. All right. So it's just not your time yet, but when you know, you go for it. And if it doesn't work out, that's okay. You'll find the one then, like the next person.
Yeah.
And it's okay. But she, like, what she was telling me was, like, grasp opportunities with both hands.
Yeah.
Be clear about your intentions.
Yeah.
And he was clear. He reciprocated that back.
Yeah.
And they were married for 50 years or something.
Yeah.
Of the sort. And she goes, I had three sons and they both grew up beautifully. But he left me, like, last year. And I think I don't know how it triggered in her mind when she was sitting next to me. But she goes, no, the actual journey was the fun part, and I'd do it again if it meant that I had to lose him and I had to be on my own. And everyone, so we're sitting there, I'm getting my feet done, she's getting her feet done.
Isn't it?
You know how no, you wouldn't know, but women out there would know. Nail parlors, everyone's listening to other people's business.
Yeah.
And everyone was just, like, turning with their nails. The people doing the nails stopped and was just watching her because she was, like, a loud, vibrant personality, even in her, like, she had to be in her 80s, actually, thinking about it. But she was just like, nah, when the time comes, it will come. And then we were getting our nails done. She was just like, yeah, it was just nice, like, growing up and actually growing old with someone. It's quite nice. But if it wasn't the right person, you might as well be on your own. And then she left. She got her nails done. Yeah. And she was just like, no, you just hang in there, love. I have every hope that you're the type of girl that will just grab something and do your best. So you just continue what you're doing. She walked out with a cane. And I was like, oh, my gosh. I didn't expect a full experience. But no, I loved it.
Yeah. You got a little lecture.
Yeah. She goes, just take it easy. But when you know, grab it. And if it doesn't work out, it's okay. The sun will rise tomorrow.
Yeah.
I remember that even years after because it was like a what the hell moment. But it was a beautiful moment. Yeah. And I love it because it was unexpected, James.
Unexpected, good advice from someone who wanted to share her knowledge and experience.
Yeah. I think she just felt like she needed to say it, so she said it, and away she went. She goes, I hope I see you again in the nail parlor.
Did you go back?
No, I did.
Okay.
And I was weird. Yeah, because a part of you wants to see people like that wish you well. Positive vibes. But I didn't see her again, but I was like, oh, she's been through a lot, but she's happy.
Yeah.
And she's content. Because we come into this world alone and we leave when we're,
by ourselves.
Yeah.
Unless we're taking down other people.
Yeah. Of course not.
Yeah. Oh, that was really deep.
Yeah, you didn't expect that. I told you, I have one solid story to say.
I was like, is that the nail parlor? It's like, oh, it's just going to be a lighthearted story. No.
Deep. She kept going and going on my feet. I didn't even look at my feet or my nails, so they could have completely stopped it. I wouldn't have known.
Yeah. What color did you go for?
Blue. I was always I was always a red or a blue or a pink.
Yeah. Red, a blue, or a pink.
I got pink.
Yeah, you
on
do.
Right now. But yeah, it's like kind of like don't sweat the small stuff as well. Bad times come and go.
Yeah.
And you just keep going. You keep trucking along. You start freaking out, you get nowhere.
Another piece of advice I got was when I was at the Port Douglas Short Film Festival and my short film was playing. We went back with a couple of the finalists, we went back to celebrate because we both won some awards and we were there with Stephen Curry.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and we were walking and we were just talking about, what I was making, what I was doing and whatnot. He's like, one piece of advice I'd give you is, and he's like, he was talking about who he had received it from. It was another short filmmaker, a young guy. He said, no is the second best answer.
Oh, wow.
And he was talking about the fact that, opportunities sometimes don't happen. You get that rejection, you get that no. But that propels you, to open another door.
Mm.
You're like, that door's shut. I've got to go somewhere else. I've got to do something else. And I think that for me, I kind of think that kind of, when you're being picked last on the team, like, and all that kind of thing, and people write you off and people go, no, you can't do that.
Okay.
Like, you're not going to be able to, do what you want to do, like, and all that kind of stuff. I think, like, when people write you off and tell you no, like, nah, not going to happen.
It's not you.
No, it's not you. But also at the same time, I kind of feel like it's so true. It's like no is the second best answer, because it also, I think, fuels you to be like, actually, yes.
Yeah.
And yes, I know it to be true, and I'm going to keep
following.
You know. Yeah.
You don't need this hussy to tell you any different.
Yeah. And that's what I kind of would say to anyone who has had a lot of no's and a lot of rejection and all that kind of stuff, is that when you know and you want to do something and, you've got a passion for something, you're going to get no's. So don't let that deter you.
It's kind of like Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
Like, don't shake your hips. He was like, stuff ya. Look at him now. Bloody legend.
Yeah.
And he just didn't care.
Yeah. I think it's a good way of reframing the phrase no.
Yeah.
No is the second best answer.
If you feel it's a yes, then you bloody well go for it no matter what. And
also, often you get a no or a rejection and it leads to something better.
Yeah, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have anticipated
no is
this.
The second best answer, and it worked out in my favour.
Yeah, it always does.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it?
Exactly. So that's another piece of advice I would say.
I have one.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty standard for people in the older generation.
Yeah.
Mind your own business.
Yeah.
You don't get the younger generation because we're just trying to figure it out. But when you get older, you're just like, no, I've been through this and I know. Mind your own business. Why are you digging into other people's business? Focus on your journey, not someone else's. Provide advice, if they need it, but don't harp on them. Yeah. Spread negativity. Why aren't you married?
I also like the one, my mum's friend Shelley always says this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, you worry about what you're doing, not what I'm doing.
It's so spot on. My mum says that.
It's like, it's so true. It's just like, why are you focusing your time and attention on someone else doing something when you're meant to be focusing on what you're doing and your work?
Focus on the journey.
Yeah.
And just enjoy the journey and don't focus too much on the destination because you never know.
Yeah, totally.
I think that's another one.
It's about the journey.
It's about the journey. And when you look back, you don't, when you're about to croak, you look back on the journey and you're just like, oh, I should have done this, should have done that. You don't want to be a bitter person. You want to be like, I went for it. Like David Attenborough, right? Could have been, I think, the head of Channel 9, Channel something. I've forgotten what he's like. He was given like that one hell of a good job with some channel.
Some channel.
No, was it? No, other way. He was going to be a cricketer. Something
really?
Along the lines of, he was given a really good promotion job, the works, to take care of Channel 9 or not Channel 9, whatever, some sort of like a TV. I'll get back to that actually. I'm actually quite in. He was given a huge promotion, we'll just say that.
Yeah.
And he declined it. And he was just like, look, no, I want to be with nature and I want to do my own thing. And they were giving him like, I'll give you this money. I'll give you that. And he was like, no. That is one person that's literally been everywhere and has lived life to the fullest.
You know that Charles Darwin was told by his father to be a doctor?
Name anyone, yeah.
And then he was just like, because they were all doctors, and he's like, no, I don't want to. And then he, against his father's wishes, he boarded a boat, headed to the South America. And he started collecting all the species and whatnot, and that's how he developed his theory of natural selection
and
all
we're
that.
all the better for it.
And it was just
Anyone,
kind of going
really?
against the grain. He's like, nope, I know what I like to do, because he used to just take drawings of like animals and nature and everything, and he's like, nope. And he said, he had a calling, like when this opportunity presented itself. He just knew he needed to go.
Makes no difference, no sense to anyone else, but it's not meant to.
Yeah. It's like, no, I know what this is. And it's like you were saying, it was a knowing, he said. It was a knowing that I was to do this.
Yeah.
I was to go on this journey.
It's kind of like Walt Disney sort of a thing, how he was like on the point where he had his kids, his wife, they were poor as they needed to pay the bills, but he kept the concept of the mouse, Mickey Mouse. And people was like, I'll pay you this for it. And he goes, I could have given it away easily, but I knew if I lost that, I would lose me.
Yeah.
And how many rejections he went through.
Yeah.
Anyone, Harry Potter, like the list goes on. Anyone that's Charles Ford, the Ford cars, they took him to court to prove his intelligence.
Yeah.
I mean, these people, the KFC guy, he went suicidal, and then he was like, what's the one thing I can do that no one else can do? Cook. So he went door to door selling chicken. Became a billionaire at like 80. He was suicidal like 60 because he was in sales.
Yeah. It's
just, you think you're failing and that's it with life, and then life opens a door or opens a window. That's that saying, yeah?
I think totally it's that perception and realizing, oh, actually, no, it's this. And I think it's the aha moments and those silent moments before it, like contemplation. And it's just like, well, you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything. And then
you're failing yourself. You know that deep down you're failing yourself, no matter what anyone's saying, like externally, internally, you know. And
usually when you're on the right path, you keep getting no's.
Yeah. That's when you know.
Yeah.
When you get all the yeses, you're like, oh.
It's like when you start getting the no's, you're just like, oh, I'm stirring things up.
Yeah. It's like the universe is trying to make you hungry for it, so you get the best outcome for you.
Yeah.
Or the best result. I think another one here would be like to have more confidence. To just believe in yourself. Do the best that you can. Don't butcher yourself afterwards.
Yeah.
Celebrate your successes as well. Plenty of failures in life, and you do what you can, but don't disregard the successes, because they're easy to actually, oh, you did well at work, yeah, I know. And then you just continue your day. You should celebrate it.
Celebrate it, yeah.
Yeah.
What's some other advice you've received from elderly people?
Don't marry young and just live your life.
Who told you that?
I worked in an op shop in Mornington once.
Oh, okay.
And it was like basically a lot of people in their 60s and 70s, like the rich people's wives that are now donating their time, like
to charities.
To charities, and it was like a Christian charity, like sort of Anyways, that's how I built up a lot of my communication skills in the past.
Yeah.
Started from nothing, and one of the ladies was just like, just live your life. I remember she would have been in her 60s. She's like, I watched person after person get married, the whole shebang, attended their wedding, went to their children's baptisms, seen them divorce. I've seen them hit rock bottom, and they're just starting their life. Like now they're, 40s or 50s, now figuring it out.
Yeah.
But they didn't go for it at the start. They wanted the white picket fence idea. She's like, live your life. If you happen to find someone young and it complements your reality, sure, okay. But don't kill yourself like over it, and just, because a lot of people get into that, oh, I wish I had this, I wish I had the house at 30, I wish I had got married at 28, I wish I had the kid at 21 or whatever.
Yeah.
Your expectations and like the plan for you can be completely different.
Also, I think your plan can change as you grow and understand yourself better.
I agree.
It's like, actually, do I really want that, or do I want this?
Yeah. And quit worrying too much, I would say.
Yeah.
You can get into that. You can get into your head
worry
easily. Money. How am I going to do this? Is he going to leave me? Why isn't he looking at me like this? And the list goes on, and then you're a mental patient. So you just go with the flow. If you need to cut ties, have the courage to cut ties. If not, work through it. You'll know what to do deep down.
Yeah.
I would say. What do you think, James?
I think so too.
And Leave, one thing actually from Paul McCartney,
Mm-hmm.
when he was writing with John at the beginning, when they were teenagers,
Yeah,
at like Paul's house or something like that, he goes, I want to do something. I think John Lennon said this. I want to do something that will be positive. That's when like it's classic hits because it's all uplifting. You'll get through it. Like go for it. Like Hey Jude is like go after the girl.
Yeah.
It's that's what their legacy they wanted to leave behind. They didn't want to leave behind something sad. Like even Let It Be, just let it be. Something so simple.
Yeah.
And they said that at the beginning and they became what they was. Yeah.
I think that's so important in today's day and age. It's just like what type of legacy do you want to leave behind?
Yeah.
And what type of narratives do you want to be telling people?
Because that rubs off on everyone around you. Kids, family, all of it. What do you want? Be clear about your intention.
Yeah.
And just do it. Like, you live once. This life is going too fast.
Yeah.
I'm almost 30. Far out.
Before we know it, we'll be 60 on episode 1,000,000.
Oh, hi, James. How was your day? I lost my bedpan.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah.
With the nursing home, I'll be like knocking on the wall going, James, I'm hungry.
I'm on the podcast.
I need to take a leak. Oh, that's so funny.
That would be funny.
Would be.
Classic.
Take your time with love. Here's another one.
I think also, like, in terms of work and money and everything, I think, don't get me wrong, like, work hard, but also at the same time, it's just like, I think...
Be happy.
Yeah, I think
money, you can't take it with you.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that a lot of, like, you know how you watch all those videos where people go, like, what do they regret? And it's, like, not spending more time with family and friends.
Yeah.
That's always what they say.
They went against the grind and then realised,
there's nothing to this.
Yeah.
It's nonsense.
That's the problem with, like, Western civilization, isn't it? Where people actually in the villages, what... that eat human beings, who was it? Cannibals. They live like such simple, maybe not the cannibal part, but like village life. It's so, it may be everyone's in their business, but at the same time, it's that simple. I grew up watching this movie, The Gods Must Be Crazy. I don't know if you've seen it. No. My dad used to watch it repeatedly.
Yeah.
And it's about how this white guy comes to this village and he has like a Coke glass in his bag, and it was like the attraction, and they thought it was a god.
Oh wow!
And then you could, when you watch the movie, because there's a 1 and a 2, it divides the village because they're fighting over it, and they're like, this is actually the devil, it's not a god. And he takes the bottle, and he wants to go to the edge of the earth, and that's the whole movie. And he like learns about all these places and all, and then he just at the end of it, he throws it off a cliff, and he walks straight back. But it's showing like something so simple, like just breaking it down. They're not exposed to something, it makes you crazy for it, and then they realize that it was actually nothing. It was your own ego.
That's true. That's another thing. Don't let your ego, that's one piece of advice I've been told. Never let your ego, like, stop. Like, sometimes I think people feed their ego way too much, and then they stop themselves from growing.
They get stuck.
Yeah.
Because they're so fixated in bringing other people down or whatever that they're not actually improving themselves.
Yeah, and it's like my appearance, the mask I wear, the way I'm represented.
Yeah.
Right now, I can't be deemed to be, less rich. Like, I want to be...
I need my parents' love. Yeah. I need my siblings' love. They think like this, therefore I must be.
And it's like, I can't give you that validation because then it's going to, you're going to get too big.
Yeah. I agree. So many layers, so much, like, it's just simple. I think pick your friends real careful is another one too. I've been told that. by the older generation. Be careful with your surroundings.
I remember my sister saying this. It was actually a really good piece of advice. And she was saying, in terms of friendship, she was saying, like, the company you keep says a lot about you.
Mm.
And it's like, if you're around people who are lifting you up and like being good to you, it's good. But she used the one that's that quote being like, if you're around dogs, you get fleas.
So true.
And I'm just kind of just like, I remember her saying that, I was just like, boom. I was just like, it is so true. It's just like, when you're around people and they're meant to be your friend and they're doing shit stuff to you.
And they're like, it's all in your head.
Yeah, and then they're doing little cop-outs, being like, oh, no, it's not me, it's you, you're like, blah, blah, blah. That's when you need to realize that they're a flea. And
you back the hell off.
Yeah.
It's not your job to fix them.
You need to go get some flea treatment and stay away from them.
Get that shit off.
Yeah. True that.
I agree. Good podcast, James.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Me too.
Stay tuned for another one.
Bye.
Bye.